All right, we're live. All right, good evening. Oh, I don't know your time zone wherever you are. I want to say thank you very much. You're all welcome. I'm happy to see you for joining us. We appreciate you. God bless you. Real, real good. Real good. God bless you. So this class has already been recorded. Now, every one of you joining us quickly, I'd like you to just use the chat box. How do you use the chat box? You can tap on that square with a small dot. It will minimize. Then you go to the channel. That is the Great Sam Live channel. The last post there, the last post there. I'd like you to drop. Tell us your location. Tell us your location. I'd like to know your location. Just tell us your location. Tell us your location. The last post on the channel. You don't need to exit. You just minimize by pressing the square with a tiny dot. Tell us your location. Your state. Your state, please. There's no state like artillery. Please correct that. You can edit it. Tell us your location by state. Okay, we have somebody from we have Lagos, we have Lagos, we have Lagos, we have Abuja, we have Lagos, we have Lagos, we have Ogun State, we have Akwa Ibom, we have Rivers, we have Lagos, we have FCT, we have Rivers. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Lagos, beautiful. We have Enugu. Okay, all right, beautiful. Let's move. All right, class one on public speaking. My name is D-GreatSam, and I'm a peak performance life coach. Right? Good. Now, class one on public speaking. Public speaking. Public speaking. I'm seeing an old friend on this place. This guy likes Telegram. Mfon Godwin, you just joined. Mfon, please drop a comment for me on the last post. Mfon is a lover of Telegram. I can't just help it but recognize you. Yes, Mfon, please drop a comment. My goodness, I love you, man. Honestly, I miss you guys, but I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to have you. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. We have people from Benin also joining. That's okay. We have somebody from Cameroon. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Today is class one on public speaking. Public speaking. What does it entail? Literally, public speaking simply means speaking in the public, right? That is to tell you that there is what we call private speaking. If there is a word called public speaking, then there is private speaking. What is private speaking? Is when you are speaking to your closest, speaking to yourself. You know, when you're speaking to yourself or speaking to people, to mutuals, close mutuals, in an informal way. Do you understand me now? When you're speaking to yourself, do you get it? I want you all to take notes. Take your notes because there's going to be quiz, there's going to be assignments. Take note, and I'm going to mark them. All right. So speaking about on this subject matter now. Okay, let's move on. It says when you talk about the word public speaking, it also means that there is also private speaking. Do you understand me? And what is private speaking? When you're speaking to yourself in your closest, or you're speaking to mutuals. Mutuals means the people you know very well, the people that you understand better, the people that are close to you, the people that are close to you. That is what it entails. There are people that are very close to you that you are speaking to, that's your family members or mutuals. You know, you don't get shy when you talk to them. You are never shy when you're talking with your family members, but you will definitely be shy when you are speaking to someone else. Once you're speaking to somebody outside yourself, most cases who are not your mutuals. Mutuals are people that you relate on a very normal plain ground with. I hope you're with me. So public speaking simply means now you are speaking to people that are not just your mutuals. You are speaking to people outside your own so-called private or safe zone. Do you get it now? It's a formal way of passing up a communication. So as an introduction, you need to understand there are two things I want to explain. Talking and communication, are they the same? Please respond to me. Talking and communication, are they the same? What do you think? Use the chat, use the comment section. Tell me. Talking. Maria from Meduguri, good to have you. Talking and communication, are they the same? If they are not, what will be their difference? Beautiful. I'm getting answers. I love this class. When I see the hunger on people to learn, I'm ready to give in everything. Yes. Prince Steven says talking and communication isn't the same. So what would be their basic difference? What do you think is the difference? talking and communication, they are not the same. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Talking and communication, are they the same? Communication requires feedback. Emma Obi, thank you. I love that. Communication requires feedback. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can I get another response? You can talk till the person you are talking to understand you. It's not a communication. Okay, you talk until the person understands you. If not, it's not communication. That's grace. ODC Manda says someone can talk and not really pass accurate communication. The message being passed and stuff like that. Beautiful. I like the response I'm seeing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Right. So talking is not communication. Talking is just simply making sounds. But communication is a two-way thing. Passing an information to another person to a point or level of what? Coherence, understanding. That means assimilation. Assimilation is a very key factor to what? Communication. Are we together? It means what? Assimilation, understanding is the key factor to communication. But my focus in our conversation is not just communicating, it's about convincing. My training course on public speaking is captioned, Convince Me. It's about convincing someone. It's about convincing people. It's about not just talking, not just communicating, convincing people to accept your offer, your proposition, what you are saying. Are we together now? Beautiful. Now, when it comes to this level of communication or speaking, there's a lot of problems people have. What the should I say the problems we see in communication? What are the basic problems we see in communication? Number one problem, I'm going to categorize the problems into three. There are three basic problems in communication. Three basic problems. Three basic problems. Number one basic problem in communication is should I use the word? Let me use a better word that will better buttress this whole thing. Understanding gap. Do you get it now? That is understanding gap. That is you passing this information to this other person. Is this person getting it? That understanding. That like a pipe. So the understanding gap is another thing in communication. That's the reason why a lot of communications are going south. That means you are communicating beyond or above someone's level of understanding. Do you get it now? So you see that gap. There's a gap in terms of understanding. There's a gap. This person can't understand this person. This one can't understand this person. So it's a problem. So one of the basic issues is the issue of understanding. And this part of understanding issue challenge can come because of language, can come as a result of content, can come as a result of some other factors. Do you understand me now? Do you get it now? Do you understand me? Good. So the biggest basic problems we have in communication, number one, is the gap of understanding. The gap in understanding. Follow me very well. That is to say, later on you understand what I'm talking about in this context, because that's to do with you understanding your audience. The gap of your understanding. If I come here right now and I start speaking the Hausa language, you wouldn't understand me. Except those who understand the Hausa language. That means there's going to be a gap. So in communication gap, a lot of factors play out here. Example, one of the key factors that plays out in communication gap can be grammar, language, vocabularies. Grammar, language, vocabularies. Then number two challenge we have in communication in terms of public speaking. Are we together? Is self-worth or inferiority. Put it that way. The problem within yourself now. The problem within yourself, which is majorly inferiority complex. The fear of you're not sufficient, the fear you're not good enough. So that causes stage fright, causes a lot of things. That's the fear for yourself, inferiority complex and stuff like that. Are we following? Are we following? Now, still, number one, I said that one of the problems we have in communication, in public speaking gap, public speaking issues, number one is the level of understanding, where what you are speaking is two-way above the other person, or you as a person, you don't even understand what you're talking about. You don't have depth in the thing you are discussing. So knowledge, of course, is betrayed. Knowledge, of course, is betrayed. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Are we together? Okay. Okay, sorry. Knowledge is betrayed because you don't even have adequate knowledge in the thing you are talking about. So how can you teach? Number two, issue that has to do with yourself. Issues that have to do with yourself. Inferiority complex. That's the first problem is the problem of the understanding gap, and then the other one is the problem of self. Then the other one, of course, this one um, can be environment and the people. I just put them together. The environment, the environment. Are we together? Just separate them. Environment, and then the last one will be the people. How? Even if you are good and the people don't like you, if they don't like your personality, your person, you can't communicate to them. That's the truth. So you see the problems with communication here. So that means, have you noticed that even if you don't like a person, no matter how whatever the person is saying, you're always finding faults. Uh-huh. Are you getting that? If you don't like a person, he says like this, you fault it. He says like that, you say, you see this one. Imagine what he say. You don't find anything he's saying relevant. You always will fault it, and somehow environment will also affect the communication issue. You know, speaking to people when it is very the hot scorching sun. You're speaking to people when it is raining. You're speaking to different times that all this environment will play out. So four major problems to public speaking, four major problems to communication. Number one is the understanding gap. Understanding gap here involves language, involves a lot of things. I said it involves language, it involves understanding of the topic and content you in terms of your delivery. And then number two is inferiority complex. You not believing in yourself, having this thing called stage fright and stuff like that. And then number three can be the environment. The environment is also very crucial and can cause a problem. And then number four, which is the last, is the issue of the audience. If the audience don't like you, I'm sorry, they will not take anything from you. I don't know if you understand. It's just like if you don't like the president of your country, anything he says is wrong. Everything he says, it doesn't make sense. So you see that in that way in our communication, there's a big barrier in communication. So now, having stated these three things, which of these things do you Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now? My Wi-Fi knocked out network. We're back again. Sorry about that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me feedback. All right, good. Good. Okay, so okay. So let's move ahead. So that becomes an issue. The communication gap becomes an issue. So which of these things do you think is an issue? Understanding, self, inferiority complex, or stuff like that. Which one is which do you think is a challenge to you? Let me read out here and see. Let me read out here and see. Okay. Let me see. Inferiority complex is a big challenge. Just like Sabine, we must find fault. Okay, inferiority is the worst. Okay, yours is the audience. Okay, inferiority complex, self-worth. Whoa, yeah. Inferiority complex, audience most, and stuff like that. Interesting. So that becomes, these are issues. All right. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's forge ahead. Now, having stated these things as challenges, these things are having stated these things as issues and challenges that matter. So we must now tackle them. Tackle them. We must tackle them. Now, what are the basic things to follow through, which are the futures of our public speaking course? See, listen, I'm not here for too many grammar, actually. The most important thing here is I really want you to get results, practically speaking. So the futures, the meaning of effective communication. Effective communication is where you are able to communicate, where you're able to communicate your thoughts to the people's level of understanding and acceptance. To the people's level of understanding and acceptance. That means they understand you and they accept you. Now, let me say this now. People will buy you first before your content. Mark that as a rule. Very strong rule. Very strong rule. Mark it. Mark that word. That is rule number one. People will do what? People would believe or buy you before your content. People will believe or buy you first before your content. Have that in mind. Have this in mind. You must learn to create. You must learn. An explanation to this now is learn to create impressions. Learn to create impressions. Impression is like leaving your scent behind. Impression is like leaving your scent behind. So now, what are the basic features of effective communication? This is what informs our subject teachings of tonight. What are the basic features of public speaking? Number one, content. Number two, grammar, grammatical structure. Number one, content. Number two, grammar or language. Number three, gestures. Number four, illustrations. Illustrations. Number five, audience psychology. Number five, audience psychology. Number six, which is the last, feedback mechanism. Number one, content. Number one is what? Content. Number two, grammar, our language. Number three, gestures. Number four, illustrations. Number five, audience psychology. And number six, feedback mechanisms. Do you understand me? Feedback mechanism. While I was in the university, my friend wanted to get to what do you call it? Wanted to go to the library, and they wouldn't allow us because we don't have the cards. So he stepped in. They rejected, and I told the young man, "Let me teach you. Let's go." I went in with him, and the moment I entered there, the first thing I did was, "Hey, good day, ma, mommy." Those women in the library were there, the staff. I said, "Ah, mommy, how are you doing?" She said, "Mommy," she demands. Woman said, "I'm fine." I said, "Mama, please, ma, I actually just came in and to this place. I want to appreciate you guys. You guys are doing very nice here. I want to use the library for one or two materials. I'll be out. Mind you, I don't even have card though. I don't have card, but just let me go and do one or two stuff and I'll be back quickly, please, if you don't mind." She said, "Ah, okay, that unit you are going to, don't allow people there, but no problem. I'll take you there." This young man, he turned to the young boy that was following me, who is not a young boy, my classmate. I turned to him, my undergraduate then. He turned to say, No, you don't go." I said, "He's with me. I need him to help me in one or two stuff." And we entered. The guy was looking at me, was like, "Ah, Sam, you." I went out with my secretary. I sent her to a company. Then it was Genesis. I sent her because we wanted to do a particular program and we needed the partnership deal with them, the cinema. So I sent her there and the woman said no. I said, "How can she tell you no? Let's go." We got into the office and we started talking. And we talk. I told her, "This is the price I want to offer for this. So number of persons, give it to me," and stuff like that. She said, "No, talk." And then she took an excuse. She stepped out of her office. Then I told my secretary, I said, "Watch out now. The next move I'm going to make." As soon as she entered, I looked at her. I said, Ma, I like your choice combinations of colors. Your shoe, the designs on your shoes, they are amazing. Because when she stepped out was when I actually looked at her shoe. I said, the designs on your shoe are amazing. I just imagine how fanciful your house would look like. Your husband must be very lucky to have you. She smiled and chuckled. I said, I hope some of your kids will even carry this attitude or character of yours. It's so, man, you're so organized, man. This is amazing. As the woman smiled, I said, the great Sam, you're a big man. I said, thank you very much, man. So what you're going to do is that I need you to give me this offer this way. And that is what I can offer you right now. And she was like, okay, let's do it. My secretary looked at me and was like, Kai, sir, now wow. Some persons will consider this to be being manipulative. No, it's not, for crying out loud. How can it be manipulative? How can it's not. It's just being able to position yourself and take better advantage, being able to position yourself and take better advantage with people in your dealings with people. Are we together? Being able to position yourself, and take advantage because you want to sell yourself. You are a business person, you need this skill. You are a trader, you need this skill. You are into this, you need this skill. Everything, you need this skill. Right? Okay, I'm going to mention those futures. We are going to be studying those futures in the course of this conversation. The futures are, number one, the futures for effective public speaking. Some persons can help type it on the chat box there on the comment section. It's okay. Content, number one, content. Number two, grammar and language. Number one is content. Number two, grammar, language. Number three, gestures. Number four is illustrations. Number five, audience psychology. And number six, feedback mechanism. Are we good? Number one, content. Two, grammar, language. Three, gestures. Four, illustrations. Five, audience psychology. Six, feedback mechanism. Are you following me? Are you following me? Are we good? So having this understanding, there are very, very important things you must take full cognizance of. You have to take full cognizance of. Do you get it now? You have to take full cognizance of. So number one, content. What is this thing called content? And in talking about content, content is divided into two. Content is divided into two. It will surprise you, right? Now, content is divided into two. Now, we have content by topic. Do you understand me now? Then content by self-packaging. So number one, content by topic. No, what are you talking about? And content is determined, either they give you a topic to present or you are to present a topic. You need to consider your audience. You need to consider some of all these people, right? So, but number one, content. Do your content. Do your research. Do your studies. It's the topic. Is it a topical stuff? And it's usually good. Why teaching? Clarification of concept should never be underrated. I repeat, clarification of concept should not be underrated. I repeat, clarification of concept. For example, if you're asked to talk about the Nigerian people, or you're asked to talk about Africa and its economy. So that means you have the word Africa and you have the word economy. So explaining, this Africa concept and the economy and then merging them is very powerful. Clarifications of concept is very powerful. Do you understand me? And sometimes to make your talks very interesting, you could actually study the concept not just by the word meaning in dictionary. You can go further to look at clarification of concept as regards to etymology or etiology. That is the root word of that thing, the meaning of that thing, the origin of that word. You could do that. Now do your research. And in terms of your researching, remember, statistical data, very important. Number one, in terms of your content, I hope you guys are following me now. Okay. I hope you guys are following me because I'm going to send questions. So there's going to be exam. There's going to be exam. In terms of your content, I said number one thing. Somebody can be using the chat box and dropping these things. Beautiful. I like what Benjamin did. Benjamin, you're doing a good work of the course, right? Anthony, thank you. Also, you also typed it. So we are looking at content now. In terms of content, number one important thing to consider, I told you 2 areas of content has to do with what? The topic, research on the topic, and self-packaging. Now, I also mentioned that when you talk about content, one important thing, what did I say after that? Let me show that you're following me. What did I say about content? Number one thing I said about content, excluding the topic and the self. On that topic, what did I say under the topic? What was the first thing I said? I want to be sure you're following me. I said 2 things already. Clarification of concept. Good. That's right. Clarification of concept, or sometimes people call it conceptual clarification. Conceptual clarification. That shows that you truly understand what you're trying to tell us about. Do you understand me now? Good. Very good, Princess. Very good, Deborah. Very good, Benjamin. Very good, Ada. And then the next thing I said was what? I said clarification of concept. What was the next thing? Statistical data. Statistical analysis, if necessary. But there is hardly a topic that does not have a stat around it. And sometimes the statistical analysis can actually refer you back to either numbers or history. I don't know if you understand me. Statistical analysis can take you to numbers or history. This makes you very rich. Am I breaking? Somebody said I'm breaking. David Essen said I'm breaking. Am I breaking? Am I breaking? Is the sound breaking? Why did you guys should have talked about it since? And you should have mentioned that since. What do we do about that now? If this is breaking, let me see. Okay, how about now? Is it better off now? Is it better off now? Can you hear me? It's better off, right? Okay, good. Thank you. Please, always give me feedback on that. Are we good? Always give me feedback because I'm recording. I don't want to shut down and come back again because I'm recording the class. Are we good? I'm recording the class. Beautiful. Let's move on. Okay, just let's see how it goes now. It will be stable. Just give it some time. It will be stable. All right. I don't want to switch out the video because it's been recorded and will be posted on the YouTube. So that's why. Okay, let's move on. It will be better. Let's move on. All right. So in terms of topic, we talk about what? Clarification of concept. Number 2, statistical analysis or data. And statistical analysis involves what? Numbers or history. Are we together now? So these are the things that you need to understand in terms of your topic. Understand your topic very well. Read and research your content. Then the other part of content is self-packaging. That is to say, we want to see the content in you. People want to see how this content is reflecting itself in you. You can't be telling us about iPhone and you're not using an iPhone. I don't know if you understand me. Because I remember I said the rule is what? What is that rule? Let me be very sure you're following me. What is the rule? There is rule one. I said what? If you can, tell me what is rule one? What is the rule one? What is rule one? What is rule one? Tell me. No, create the impression, that's not rule one. That is an explanation to rule one. People would buy you first before your content. Very good. Very good. Very good, bro. I like that. That should be big Luthers. People will buy you first before your content. People will buy you first before your content. Now, so talking about content, research deep, study it, use the internet very well. Use the Wikipedia, and don't always base on Wikipedia. Check other people, because so many times the internet is full with a lot of. That is why some high academic work don't always take information from Wikipedia. Sometimes they even find some information from the internet, because you will see internet will tell you, okay, I was doing some studies about rabbits. I have a rabbit farm, so I was doing this talk about rabbits, and they say some person said potato leaf very good for them. Another person said potato leaf very poisonous. The poisonous is poisonous. You know, and you just look at it. So you see. So do your content research very well. Do your content researching very, very well. Number two, grammar and language. Oh, this is do your content research very well. That's what I say. Do your content research very well. Number two, grammar and language. Work on your tenses. If you have to, let's say we are using English language now generally, right? Work on your tenses. Work on your tenses. Grammatical structure is very important. The use of necessary, explainable vocabularies. You don't come here and begin to speak the quagmire and the quagmire, the bisma, the menene, and you blow all these things is into a segregating metum. All those. Oh goodness! I hope you guys are with me. You don't. You remember those days? Someone would just come and start blowing vocabularies. And I saw a video on YouTube. Oh goodness! My laptop had an issue. I went to fix it. If not, this class would have been much more better than this. Because if I was streaming from my laptop, guess what? I can easily play YouTube videos and we'll watch it. As in, we'll go for breaks and all the stuff. Telegram is amazing. There's this video of a man who just, he will just come that the macrocosm of the macrocosm of the people. I mean, I've seen that particular video. It was, and the people were laughing that he was talking nonsense. You remember that man that was in the house before, Patrick, that was blowing all the grammar, speaking everything, and of course, no, it did not work. So grammar is very important. Your tenses, work on your tenses, your grammatical expressions, your grammar, the use of your is, words, feminine when necessary. Especially, I realized that one of the easiest pitfalls people make is, Patrick, a backbone, something like that. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to language issues, English, is the use of conjunctions and prepositions. Sometimes and past tense, no matter how you're speaking and you come up and you're speaking to people, you now say, now, what we have, if I come up now and say, we're talking about public speaking. And now people, as we want to talk about public speaking, I want you to understand. I want you to understand that public speakings is very, 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 very important in our generation and our times, our season, and in fact, you can see that the public speaking it can does a lot of good things for you. Oh goodness! Did you hear me, guys? Did you hear me? Now, if I speak that way and come that way, I believe this class is over. This class is over. I come and say public speaking can does a lot of things in for you. It can does a lot of things on you. The class is over. You will just go and say, oh boy, we went to one public speaking class, the guy finished us. My God. Do you notice what you do in secondary school? That the moment somebody in your church, remember, somewhere speaks one bad grammar, that thing becomes the person's name. Some of you did that, remember? Or some of you, that was your name. The moment you make that one grammatical blunder, it becomes your name. You know. So now you have to work on your grammar, your tenses, your language is very important. Keep developing, keep working on it, keep developing it, you know, and getting these things very important. Now I think I'm going to be adding something that I I should also have added. You know, I mentioned these things, but let me add something else. Sound. Yes. So I'm adding some. So we have. Come on. Okay. Somebody say if you can't hear me, try to reduce your own volume. I don't know why. Sorry about it, but don't because of it jump out. You will do yourself no good. At the end of this class, I'll be wrapping up the class very soon. We are going to take attendance of today because the certificate is strictly by attendance. I mind you, this class is free. The cost of this class should be about $38, just about 30,000 naira or thereabout. But most of you came on recommendations from some other persons, and well, so don't take it for granted. And the certificate is 2,000. The certificate is 2K, 2K. You know, as part of basic features. Smile. Okay, okay. Sorry about it, bro. I'm sorry. So the certificate is 2,000. So you can start ordering for placing for that certificate later on. Well, let's move on. So, beautiful. I'm adding number one: content, future content, grammar, sound, gesture, illustration, audience psychology, feedback mechanism. Let's update that figure again. Update that list again. The futures. Somebody update it for me quickly. Number one, content. Just copy what you place there, and Telegram makes it easy. Just tap, you just press copy and drop it and add. Content, grammar, sound, gesture, illustration, audience psychology, and feedback mechanism. Have you done that? Have you done that? Have you done that? You know, sometimes the network might be from your ends. I need you to understand that. It mustn't be that it's from my end. Sometimes it can be from your end. After a while, it will stabilize. So just be patient. Just be patient with us. All right, let me see that. I want to see the futures of effective communication. Number one, content. Number two, grammar. Number three, sound. Number four, gestures. Number five, sorry, illustration. Then audience psychology and feedback. That makes our list up to 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. That makes our list 7. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mfon Scribe is here. All right, content, grammar, sound. Oh, beautiful. I love this. I love this. So I'm going to look at, we've talked about content, right? Content research. And we talked about grammar. This is not a grammar class. I cannot start teaching you how to speak English and stuff like that. You have to do your research on that. Is that okay? You have to do your research on that. So sound, it will be like, how does it matter? Yes. Do you know? Because we're talking about convincing people, right? Good. The sound you make matters. The sound you make matters. The sound you make matters. Let me say this now. The use of sound in terms of, number one, when we talk about sound, there are things you put into consideration. Number one, volume and pitch regulation. Number one, in terms of sound, you need to consider volume and pitch regulation. Volume and pitch regulation. In terms of sound, you need to consider volume and pitch regulation. Do you get it now? Volume and pitch regulation. What is that? What does this mean? You should know when to project your voice loud, because the strength of your voice communicates confidence. Rule 2. Take it there. Rule 2. The strength of your voice communicate what? You hear somebody tell you, he's not even confident with what he's saying. How did they know? From the way the voice was coming, the sound. The strength of your voice communicate what? Confidence. Volume. You should know when to speak and not shout. It's different. Not shout. I come now and say, the public speaking, I'm shouting. You understand? The public speaking class we are doing now, I'm shouting. Do you understand me? But I can come up and say, now the public speaking class we are taking today is that I'm loud. That my volume is high. I'm not shouting. They're two different things. Do you understand me? So the strength of your communication, the strength of your voice communicates confidence. Rule 2. Take note of this. There will be tests, though. I'm saying it, though. So volume is important. Then pitch regulation. That means, you know what pitch is? You go up, you come down. That's more like tempo. You go up, you come down. That is very powerful in communication. You talk, and then sometimes you drop it. Let's take an example. Somebody give me a topic to talk about right now, quickly. Somebody give me a topic. Drop a topic on the chat box quickly. Let me see that. Drop a topic on the chat box quickly. Learning truly is not for everybody. Many persons signed up for this class, but those of you here show seriousness. Give me a topic. Naira devaluation. Pollution. Good or bad? What it entails to be rich. Which of them should I take now? Which of them should I take? Now, wow. Okay, those of you who have not typed anything, look at the topic some persons are giving us. Pick one. Oh, let me take this one. I like this topic. Domestic violence. Let me take that one. Domestic violence. Now, listen. I come up this way. Listen up. Oh. Watch the screen. Watch the video. I come up, I'll be like, I'm going to apply a lot of tools here. Are we together? I've started though, but watch. And she cried. She asked him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. Please, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. And her voice kept shouting, but all he said, I'll do it again. I'll kill you. And these words was too much in her ears, and she kept hearing that sound. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. It was a whisper of death, seems to be looming around her. Friends, I want to talk to us about domestic violence. Domestic violence. A human being beaten by another human for reasons best known to him. Why? I'll stop here. Now, you see the way I started the talk. I applied a lot of principles here. I started with almost like a practical story. And if you check, my voice was at sometimes high, was coming down. It made it look more story-like. It made somebody wanting to listen. It made somebody wanting to stay. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Hello, are you with me? I want to see that on the chat box. I want to see that on the chat box quickly. Are you with me? So you see, sometimes you speak, you come down. If you check pastors of churches, they preach that way. And Jesus told you, rise up, take up your bed and walk. But friend, if Jesus is telling you to walk, what's your faith like? What's your faith like? Are you seeing what is happening now? I raised the voice and I brought it down. Now, the use of pitch, the use of the pitch is to show what? Emphasis. Because if you speak flat, that means all through your voice was just flat. guess what? People will get bored. They will sleep. But if you use that up, down tempo, so you are catching people at attention. You are catching them at catching their attention. So when you go down, they want to strain their ear. They want to hear what you're saying. When you come up, it's like, oh, you are using them to play that way. Oh goodness. Karen, sorry. Sorry about the network. Just stay. Your network will work. Do you understand me? You see that the pattern is so important. And that's where I'm going to end today's class. Content, grammar, and sound. And tomorrow we're going to look at gesture, illustration, audience psychology, and feedback. If you can't hear, just log out and come in. If you can't, if at a point you can't hear, log out and join back. You understand me? You get it. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to end it here. If you want to ask a question, a very simple thing. You want to ask a question, I'm going to take the first 5 questions. What I need you to do is, if you want to ask a question, raise up your hand. Don't be like, raise up your hand. How? You can actually raise your hand on Telegram easily. Let me see. I have Grace. Let me see. Yes, Grace. I have Grace. Let me listen to you. Hello, Grace. Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Grace. Is Grace speaking? Not yet.
Hello.
Hello, Grace.
Hello, Grace. Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Huh?
Yes, good evening. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I need
Go
you
ahead.
to throw more light. I need you to throw more light on the statistical analysis of data when you were explaining the content by topic.
Okay. You need me to throw as to statistical analysis, right?
Yes, please.
Huh?
Yes, please.
I don't know why your volume is quite low. Okay, Grace, you need me to throw more light on the statistical analysis. Okay, like I said, the
Yes, please.
statistical analysis has to do with numbers or history. That is, are you mute your mic, Grace? Please mute your mic. Now, what that entails in statistical analysis means you do your research, you look at the figures, depending on the organization or whatever you're presenting on. Check out, let's say you want to talk about, if you're talking about domestic violence, you need to tell us like how many people report cases of domestic violence. You could just say in the last 1 year, over 200 women have been killed because of domestic violence, and 50 men have been killed because of domestic violence. All those kind of records, you need to get that. And then you can look at history. If you can look at history, that in the past number of years, number of persons that have gone through these things have been like this and like this. And so years, such and so thing happened to so number of persons. And and there's a particular case, this content shows that, this person truly knows what he or she is doing. Because people, no matter what, can always connect with statistic data, honestly. People would always connect with it. Do you understand me? So if you are presenting something to a company and you want them to buy, you are telling them, see, I want you to get this product because of this. Do you notice somehow people are attracted to numbers very well? It's one rule. One funny thing about people. People are attracted to it. If you're telling somebody, see, this is why I want you to buy this particular thing. See, so and so number of years, people have been making clothes like this. But you see, this particular material we are giving to you is an expensive material that you have just about maybe 50% that I've used this material, all those kind of things. But make sure your stats is right. Grace, do you understand what I'm saying? Grace, are you there? Grace, unmute your mic, yes?
I have done that.
All right, thank you. Okay, the next I would take would be let me see, who is this guy? Yes, is it Big Clothers? Hello, Big Clothers, are you there? Are you there?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Good evening,
You're,
great Sam.
yes, good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay, so
So go ahead.
my question is on sound. In a situation whereby you're speaking to a
Mm-hmm.
group of people and there's like
Mm.
an argument and everyone is raising their voice, what is the best thing to do to get their attention back to you and everybody's trying to speak at the same time? What is the best way to handle that kind of situation?
Mm. And everybody, tell me the kind of people, what kind of audience?
Okay, let me give an example. 2 Sundays in
Mm.
church, we were talking about. I was
Okay.
asked to moderate on. Let me remember the topic on parenting in the 21st century. So there was a lot of
Okay.
arguments on how parents are training their children now, and it's for like 10 minutes. Everybody was speaking at the same time.
Mm. Very good. Such kind of an audience, eh?
Okay.
If you have a topic, you know that if you have a topic that can stir, that you know will stir controversy,
Okay.
don't be afraid of the controversy.
Okay.
If you are a speaker, let me add this one. Rule number 3, if you are speaking, take charge. Take charge while speaking. Rule number 3, take what?
Take
Take
charge.
charge. Take charge while speaking. You are like, you are the leader and you should control your conversation. So this is what you can do. If you know it's a topic that can stir such kind of a thing, you can start off with, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Everybody start chattering and they start shouting and the noise. Everybody saying this one, this one, and saying this one. And he said, okay, 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 okay. Now, another way, if the conversation is inside, they are there and the conversation is going on, pick among them while they are shouting. There is one person there that his voice is very strong. Call the person out. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, I do.
Engage them. You can say, excuse me, sir. Hello, brother. Please. Yes, thank you, sir. Please come. Please come. The moment you pick him out, you get it? Then you can pick up another person that seems to be in opposition and say, you come. What do you think? Guess what? Everybody will automatically calm down to listen to that person. And then you, what do you think? They calm down to listen. Do you understand? You can, if you yes, there are different approach you can use to calm the situation down. You can even give them seats. They should sit in the front because they are not like the summary voice of the people. When you put them sit in front, and then after this person's talk, it's okay now. Let me say something, and then you start talking because you've arrested these people somehow. Guess what? The audience will catch up with you. And another way you can actually catch up with the audience is you can just some people are very dramatic. They could just shout. Sometimes you can be very dramatic about it. The most important thing is, as to continue this teaching, there's a particular area you need to learn is yourself, understanding yourself, how you calm situations down. Because this approach I'm giving to you will be spontaneous. Once you are faced with just a condition, it will be natural. You will just see yourself doing one of these things. It mustn't be exactly what I'm saying to you. Do you understand me, my dear? It will be natural. You will be spontaneous. Are you following me?
Yes, I
Hello?
am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I am.
It will be spontaneous. Why? Because you have learned this principle number 3, how to take charge. When you've learned how to take charge, because you have understanding of yourself and your audience, that's where we move to audience psychology tomorrow. You understand me? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any other question? Just signify, raise up your hand. Am I seeing any hand? Okay. Come in. Let me see. if I have any other hand. Okay. I don't have any more hands raised. Let me see. Okay. Oh, you're raising your hand. Not there. There's a place to raise hand. Actually, if you go to the place where you see everybody that is live, you will see something like an image of a person. If you see that image of a person, there, you tap, I will see that your hand is raised. It will be pointing that your hand is up. Do you understand me? That's how Telegram works. Are we good? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, take on the assignment. Our course reps, please drop a comment now. I need to remember you guys. I think our course rep, Princess and the guy, drop a comment now. Our course reps. Okay, Benjamin. All right, take note of this now. All right, every one of you that are present for today's class right now, every one of you present right now. You know, we're at a point we are up to 38. I won't consider that. I look at people that have been consistent. That's what it means. So write down your name, your full name, as it should be on a certificate. Write down your full name. We're taking attendance now. Do that quickly. Write down your full name. Write down your full name. Write down your full name. Are we good? Write down your full name. Write down your full name. If you've done that, write down your full name. Have you done that? Write down your full name, and then please the reps copy that full name, and we'll keep it as the attendance of today. I think how many persons do we have here right now? 31. So write down your full name. Write down your full name. Are we good? So now take down the assignment of today. And all these assignments we are sending now, you are going to send me your assignment. You DM your assignment to me on Telegram here. You know how you can, I will drop a comment, you can DM how you do that. So take note. You take note of that. You DM your assignment. Okay. I'm coming, please. Okay. Okay. Take note, like I said, tomorrow's class might get a little bit longer. So don't waste time. Once it is 8 o'clock, we start. And then Wednesday, take note of this announcement I'm passing now. On Wednesday, we are going to be having a practical session for everybody. I'm going to score everybody. There's going to be a score. So on Wednesday, we're going to be having a practical session. So get ready. Make sure you try to get in an environment that has light, because we want to see your face. So everybody should drop their name, and if you have done that for the attendance, please do that quickly. Do that quickly. Do that quickly. For the assignment, let me get the handle. For the assignment, okay. So for the assignment, this is our assignment is okay. Okay, I'm trying to go through some things. The man that said his battery, yes, take note of him. Please take note of him. The man that left out of his battery, at least he stated it very clear. He stated it very clear. Explain in your own terms, rule 3. I won't say what rule 3 is all about. We mentioned rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. I said assignment is assignment. Explain in your own terms what rule 3 means. Send answers. Send answers. Send your answer to my DM. Are we good? Okay, I think I've posted it. My DM is also there. Explain what, in your own term, what rule 3 means. Send your answers to my DM. And all these assignments should be submitted on or before tomorrow before 6 p.m. I know some persons will wait till 6 p.m. That's when they want to do it. Any message I see after 6 p.m., I won't read it. I will not read it. Yes, any message I see after 6 p.m., I won't read it. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Any message I see before 6 p.m., I won't read it. I will. Do you understand me? Okay. All answers. It's going to be even amazing. Some of you should even do your own now and send it so that you know you've done it. All answers. Send. Okay. I don't even need to type that one. Press it. So please, the assignment again. I typed it. Explain in your own time what rule 3 means. What rule 3 means. We mentioned 3 rules. I won't mention it. We mentioned 3 rules. What does it mean? Right? And then the next assignment I'll give to us, is not something I want you to study. I want you to study one of the world speech, maybe Barack Obama or Charlie Chaplin or Boris or any of these persons you feel that current day speakers, current day orators. I want you to pick one and study. Read, just watch a video or 2 of the person. I may ask you some questions about that. Do you understand me? I will ask you some questions about that. So do that research. Now, the last thing is this. Everybody should do this. Are we good? The last thing. Excuse me. I'm trying to get this settled out. And now, let's see. Copy the link. Okay. I just dropped something now. Send your feedback on Twitter. I dropped a post on Twitter. Look at it on the comment section. That's the last post. Look at it on the comment section. If you tap on it, it will just take you straight to the post. Tonight's class on public speaking class 1. Thank God. Go there, furnish it with a lot of feedback. Give us your feedback. Give us your feedback. Give us your feedback. Give us your feedback and retweet it. Is that okay? Give us your feedback and retweet it. So that means I'm expecting over 32 to 33 feedbacks. You know, give us your feedback. I've just dropped it there. So on the, you see the link there. That's the recent tweet. You see the link there. You know, so please go there. Go there and give us your feedback. This is give us a feedback. Go to that link on Twitter and give us your feedback of today's class. and talk about today's class. Mind you, tomorrow morning by 7 a.m., you will join us on the space. We are talking about creative vision for 2023. It's a powerful class. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a Twitter space program, creating vision for 2023. The class was powerful today. We started it on the Ginger Me. So make sure you are part of it. Make sure 7 a.m. Make sure you are part of it. And do well to engage on my tweets on Twitter that are designed to inspire you, and do also post. You can copy my Twitter handle and share it and let it go viral and let more persons follow and let us build a large community. So I'll be expecting your feedback and all the feedbacks. I will personally look at the feedbacks and also make mention of some of your feedbacks tomorrow. During the show, I will mention some of these feedbacks. Oh, goodness. Funny enough, somebody is also sponsoring the same class, which we've already started, and some persons are trying to join. Do we still need to take more persons? Today's okay. Let's see how it goes. So if you've given me your feedback, I'd like you to drop a comment. So make sure drop a comment. Also, look at the Twitter, the Telegram handle. I dropped a post on the Telegram. You can also give us your feedback there and invite at least 10, 20 persons to follow us and follow me on Twitter. By God's grace, my name is D-GreatSam, and I'm your peak performance life coach. My job is simple: to inspire, motivate people. I do my counseling and my coaching program, and I don't charge people. For me, counseling and coaching is the ministry. It's the assignment God has given to me. You can't pay for that service. You can't pay for the service of counseling for me. You can't. There's no price too big or too small for that. So I render my counseling services for free. People just do appreciate it, but that's not the deal for me. My counseling and coaching services are free. That means if you have issues going on with your life, challenges going on with your life, you can always send me a DM either on Telegram or on Twitter. I'll respond to you as soon as possible. Is that okay? Because your life matters a lot. You have a reason to live on. Do you understand me? And do well to invite most of your friends to follow me up on Twitter. And tomorrow, Ginger Me 7 a.m. Also be part of it. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Now, this particular video will be dropped on YouTube hopefully tonight. So you can also go there, download it, and share with you can share it to people, right?